Hey, yo, boys, everyone, one's doing today. As for me, validated. The past few days have been interesting, and I'm trying to stay away from just being like FOMO. That's kind of my fault for content creation, and so the past week, days, I'd say days, has been interesting because Emily, aka Monarch, made a statement on Twitter, and people disagreed, and I'm I'm on the opinion of disagree. It's about the IRL versus oh whoopsies. You didn't see that. It's about the IRL VTuber models kind of trends that have happened forever. So like when someone posts a photo of themselves, like IRL, and their VTuber model saying, "Oh look, this is me as the model, and this is me IRL." So she's saying here, oh yeah, just go for it, do it, be happy and do what you live your life, right? Now, in a way, I can kind of get that, but well, we'll talk about my opinion a little later. What I do find interesting is the reactions to it, or at least people's have already spoken about this before. I'm of the opinion for a very long time about this sort of thing. I don't think I've ever said it in a YouTube video. Maybe I said it in a tweet or something. I don't remember that. But I'm of the opinion that, well, 10 months. I'm with her there. Perish each and every single one of you. It's pretty. Excuse me. Pretty harsh, but I'm with her there. VTuber school is tainted. Is a stupid trend. So yeah, I wouldn't say. Well, I don't know if I can agree with stupid, but definitely don't like it. Another person weighed in recently, because that was like 3 years ago, is Pippa. I haven't said that name at all before. But yeah, and I agree with here, like Lucy and Pippa, about this whole thing, saying, oh, it's not just about you, it's affecting people around you, especially if you're like someone who's very big. And I just thought that interesting. I just thought of something. I wrote notes down, but I just had a thought that I'll express later. And so what's with all this then, eh? I disagree with Emily. I'll just say that, right? Just easily say I disagree with that sort of trend. There's a few things. Obviously, don't dox yourself, like Lucy and Pippa said, right? And this is gonna be a really harsh opinion, okay? I feel like you're a grifter if you do this trend. It's this sounds harsh, I know, but it's especially so if you then link to lewd or not safe for work IRL content. Is it bad that you make that content? No, you're free to do as much as you want. But I feel like you should have the separation of the church and state, the VTuber model and the real life person. I didn't think I would ever have to use that phrasing, huh? Well, I have, just not in the context of VTuber, which was kind of interesting. So I feel like doing this whole IRL thing breaks the immersion of VTubing, because it's supposed to be about the character, it's about the K-Fab. I personally know like former VTubers who played the character all the way to the end, despite how difficult things were, and I respect him for it. So like, I will defend Emily on one thing. I know, like, this is a harsh opinion. I use this phrase myself, but I don't think Emily's a tourist. I could be wrong. Please let me know. Like, I don't really pay attention to her. I just know that she did, song covers for a short bit. Not short bit. Well, she's been doing song covers for a long while. She's done professional work, like actually in the industry. She's done voiceover work. I know that because she did at least one song for Nikkei, and then she also voiced Rupee in the English version. I don't play the English dub. Fight me. So yeah, I don't think she's a tourist, but I could be wrong. And here's the thing where I said about like, here's a weird thing I've noticed though. This feels like a weirdly Western thing. I don't know why it is, but it's like Or here's a weird thing I thought about too. Okay, I wrote this down. It's like this weirdly hug boxy, I don't know how to say it, ghost of VShoujo. I don't know how to say it, but like I said, it's mostly a Western thing. For some reason, it's narcissistic to now want to show your actual self. Now, am I showing my face? Yes. But this is different. This is different. And I know, yes, I'm already doing the same dangers, blah, 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 that sort of thing. Now, this is where it's interesting, where I can say it's also selfish and endangering others. As Pippa said, actually, this is interesting. Okay, I didn't think about this until like she brought it up. Because people who are large creators actually have more to lose if they show their face. So it's interesting that then we have smaller creators who are much more happier showing their face. There's a disconnect here. Interesting, huh? So, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I'm not saying, like, obviously Emily is a big one, but it's interesting to think that there's an odd dynamic of, like, hey, the larger you are, actually, the riskier it is if you show your face. Smaller creators, indie ones, there's too many people who want to be big, and they just follow those trends, and I get it. Attention economy, right? Like, even I'm participating in this attention economy. So it's interesting to kind of note just the hierarchical difference. I guess, like, not systematic. A word that means something about popularity and social. Something social. I don't know the words I'm looking for right now, but hopefully you kind of get what I'm going at. And speaking of VShoujo, I gotta now. I don't know. I gotta just personally for me. Speaking of VShoujo, I gotta say I give some credit to Project Melody. Okay, she has kept her like main Project Melody thing and IRL completely separate. I've said in the past, I know who it is, but does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. She keeps it separate. She does her thing. I'm happy. I gotta give the win, right? Pretty easy there. Like, there's a lot of people do that. Okay, I'm not saying that she's the only one that does it, but just speaking about the VTuber culture and like I don't even know what it is. I think this California attitude. I don't know how to describe it, but this VShoujo California attitude has kept on. Unfortunately, the catty behavior, something like that. I don't know, right? That's my guess. And I've heard people actually talk about Kason. We brought up Kason saying, oh, but what about Kason? She shows her face all the time. I think she's more of an exception than the rule, because she did cosplaying before, and then she did VTubing, even under her company that she was under. Companies. Yeah, two. It's an open secret who she was. It's open secret. So I think she's more of an exception than anything. You can fight me in the comments if you want to. And I didn't know about this until like this came up against IRL. VTuber stuff came up again, where apparently XQC said, oh, VTubers are all probably ugly IRL, so that's why they use the avatar. And look, it's not all VTubers, but it's many. And I'm speaking as someone who's not a looker. Okay, I think I'm okay. I'm not trying to say I'm a 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm okay. I have confidence in myself, and I guess like this is what that trend is supposed to be about, like giving yourself confidence. But then again, like keep that separate. If you want your IRL confidence, be the IRL confidence. Like it feels oddly selfish when you use a VTuber model and then that to be like your kind of foot in the door. I guess that's what I don't like about it. It feels grifty, Again, like I said, if you're doing like the dude content even more, like I don't like that you doing that. It feels like you are just using VTubing as a skin suit. You're kind of getting your foot in the door. You're a tourist, and that sort of stuff, right? So I don't know. There's a lot to be said about that. This is my opinion, but I do stand on the opinion that as a VTuber purist, I have called myself. I don't know if that's accurate. That if you do VTubing, keep the VTuber things on one side and IRL stuff on the other side. Easy peasy in my opinion. But unless you're super narcissistic and you want to make money off of things, I guess that's how you want to grift. So yeah, if you disagree or agree, I'm pretty sure people do, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a like. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Boop.